Good morning, everyone. It's Lori-Lynn. Welcome to today. It's a sort of beautiful day out there. We got snow again. I'm a little bit tired of that snow, but you get what you get. And so today I'm going to do a reading. This was a reading I wanted to do yesterday, but I was on quite a few calls from clients, and so did not make it out. Plus, it was Easter, and my mom and I went out to visit my father's gravesite, which was kind of really fun. I played some really good music, and we really enjoyed it. We also got to drink a beer. That's kind of a tradition when we do that. So the first part of the reading I'm going to do are the cards that I picked and I posted on my Facebook page yesterday. And so that's going to bring us the energy that's necessary as a universal energy. And then I will have 3 piles after I've completed that. And with that, the choices will come, either the blue stone, I think it's Taipei, reminds me of Tapia. So that's probably what it is. Okay, and the second stone, and it's a raw stone from mine out in my area. And the third stone is another stone from my area, and this has a little bit of pink and black tourmaline in it. So those will be the choices once I have completed. So it's 1, 2, or 3, whichever one you choose. I will put the camera down in a bit so that you can see the cards. And so today, for now, we'll start with the universal reading. And really, I'm going to read the message from the first card. And it says, I let an inner sense of quiet multiply each day as I strengthen my faith in the love of the universe. And I really believe that this card speaks to the fact that we get to make choices, and we can either choose to react and respond, or we can choose to have faith. And so I really think that we really need to do is to find some quiet time to really know what our truth is within ourselves. And that begins with a moment of silence or moments of silence. I do it through meditation, and so many things come to me at that time. And so just to remember this, to instead of responding and reacting so quickly, to step back. And I know that I probably say that a lot, and that's because it's from that place of stepping back outside of our ego self, that we are aligned with spirit and aligned with the universe, so that we are able to make the best decisions, and understanding that there is only love, and the universe is sharing its love with us. So in what ways can you share that love with those around you and in your daily life? So that's that card. Now, next, I'm going to go put the camera down onto the next cards so that hopefully you can see. It's a little wobbly. Nice. Okay, so the cards that, from the tarot deck, it's the Mystic Tarot deck that I chose to represent universally our message. And the first is the Empress card. And it really shows that there are so many ideas out there. There are so many opportunities and options for us out there. And to remember that, and to go to that place of quiet, to not be affected by the other energies that are around us, which we so often do, is we allow someone's mood or someone's energy, somebody's fears we take them on, and it just complicates more what's inside of us. And so the Empress comes because she's so filled with ideas, reminding you to find the calm, to find the quiet, to grow your ideas, your intentions, your thoughts. It's somewhat in this this part of the reading, it's about what's available to you right now. And so looking towards and looking for what is available, and finding that gift within yourself, and knowing how strong yet gentle you are, and how nurturing you are. So let's all nurture one another as we so can, share our gifts that we can, we're able to, and give thanks because we are able to share those gifts. If you think about if this would have happened, this pandemic would have happened 20 years ago, how differently it would be. And right now we are still able to come up with different ideas and ways to make ourselves, or to connect to other people, and so that we can float through ideas and thoughts and intentions, and then really sit with ourselves again and go with that, because it really is clear, because the next card is the Two of Wands. And my interpretation, because it always strikes me within this card, is that there are always choices, and to see the choices, and inside the cave, and it's like it's a hidden choice. And the reason that that stands out for me so much is because it looks like the Hierophant. And so that Hierophant is the wisdom within ourselves that's right now maybe in the background. It may be hidden away from us. And so for our next step forward, or for where we are and what we're doing, to see that there is a higher power, connect with that higher power, and make your choice from there. Okay, so the choices are out there, and it's really to jump from knowledge to wisdom, and knowing how we learn and how we process. I learn most by doing. I can't read a bunch of stuff and memorize. It's just not who I am. So I have to know and to understand and dig deep down within me. And so trusting that hidden within me are the gifts that I need to share. So that's the message for you, is to looking within yourself, to seeing that there are other options, and those other options just want to be heard, and then make the choice. So I hope that makes sense to you all. And the final card is the Eight of Wands. So we've gone from the Two of Wands to the Eight of Wands. And this card to me is so much about the flow, and that even though there is so much distraction or chaos or craziness, or even our thoughts sometimes can go to different areas that we don't want them to go to. They can be hijacked by the fear. Throw them in the back seat, and remember that you are the driver, that you can still move gracefully, intelligently, wise through all of that, and that you don't have to get caught up in the circumstances. You can create your own way. You can make your own way. You can be who you want to be, who you are truly, and captain your ship. And so now it's a little bit about making different choices, but not out of our emotional sense. It's knowing that we can rise above. As you can see, the dolphins are rising above, and they're just having still a fantastic time. So it's showing us that we can still, even though we're going through all this, even though so much has transpired, you can still find that optimism outside of the chaos. And so making that your decision that you have to make today, this was this card, make every decision a mindful decision, and really take note of where your emotions are at that time. And then asking yourself, or asking your emotions, who is this serving? And is it serving myself? Is it serving what purpose? And so when you're looking for that purpose, sometimes you don't have to look that far. It's just that you've been either avoiding it or you've been fearful of it. So this is about moving past all of that, making the choice from your wisdom and from a place of calmness within your emotions. So you can just take some time to breathe and to move outside the ego, and then make the decision, knowing why that you are making the decision, and that knowing that the decision is yours to make. Okay, so that's the universal message right now. And so I'm going to go to pile number 1, which is the tapia, I guess, the blue stone. And I am going to start, this is my deck, and so I'm going to use it today because this is just going to be about, for pile number 1, what is your shadow? What is your reveal side? What is it saying about you? And then what influences that decision, the universal lesson at this time, which will be followed by the self card, or someone that is around you that is influencing part of it. Oh dear. 1. Okay, 2. Okay, so for pile number 1, the card in response to your shadow side is the wisdom of the lion. And the lion represents majestic, pride, honor, leadership, power. And if it's on the side as your shadow side, it's the side that you, for pile number 1, you need to remember to go back to that place, to realize that you have more power than you may believe or you may think. And if you're giving away your power to make decisions, to see different ways, different routes, it's time to go back to that place that remembers that you are a leader and that you can make decisions with pride and self-confidence. And you have the freedom to make choices without feeling guilty. That's yours. So if you're making a decision, or when you are making a decision, and you feel that fear or that guilt within yourself, to push that aside and say, that's not my decision. That's based on somebody else's thoughts or opinions or what they have put upon me. So I'm going to go back because I know that I'm a leader and I know that I can make my own choices. Okay. On the other side, This is the reveal side, and it's the card of Way of the Fox. And foxes can be seen in very many ways. And one of the most important things when I experience or witness foxes is that they do have a way about them. They are definitely sneaky. Some can say they're cunning or that they're tricksters. And I don't think that this is about, what this is about is recognizing you have the ability to recognize things around you or people that are around you or situations and experiences that you need to maneuver and listen to your intuition. Use that as your gift, and that's how you're being guided. There is always a way in which you can move forward, in which you can make your own decision based on you. You just have to pull that shadow side and open up all those gifts, remembering that you are the leader, that you are a leader, and don't allow anybody to manipulate or maneuver your thoughts. You have a keen eye, a keen sense of what your surroundings are. And so utilize that when you're making decisions. Really become aware of your surroundings at all times and what's affecting you at all times. So those are the shadow and reveal side. So the card of the yourself, and this is a female card, so whether it's yourself or whether or not it's your partner's self, it's the energy that comes from that. And the spirit of water is typically the cups, so it's someone that is very love-based, somebody that does lead from their emotions, but also what they're trying to do is to understand their emotions. So if it's you, it is a time that you are working through your emotions and understanding where they come from, why they are there, and then to work with your intuition. That's this part within here. Work with your intuition and the guidance from spirit, knowing that you can calm all those waters yourself. And so you don't have to take them on. You can just be. And being emotional isn't always a horrible thing. Somebody would say, well, she's so emotional. That's okay. Maybe you are emotional. Maybe somebody needs to be more emotional. So it's not a bad trait at all. It's a wonderful trait to be able to show your emotions and feel your emotions. But this goes a step further, is being aware of your emotions as opposed to others' emotions and not taking those emotions on as your own. So being able to clear that so that you are the best person that you can be, that you are loving and kind and honorable. And so the lessons within this pile, the first lesson is that of vibrancy. And so again, it goes back to what we just talked about. And so understanding that all is life and that all is energy, and to raise your own vibrancy to a level that brings forth new possibilities. And we often don't do that. We just wake up and go on our way. We really, as a society, need to learn to be more mindful of ourselves, about what's around us, our circumstances, and to remember to connect, to stay grounded, to put those, I'm going to say bubbles, which aren't necessarily bubbles, they're sources of energies. And so to bring in and to clear your chakras and just to allow your own personal space, your vibrancy to radiate outwards the way that you want it to, and seeing what you're attracting and what you're blocking and giving away. So that's just becoming more and more clear to you. That's just part of this lesson where you're at today, is really, truly understanding how you may be blocking or pushing away from, and how you can also manifest into your life through your level of vibrancy. So always raising that vibrancy level to where you want it to be, to who you want it to be. It's about you making your own choices. And the second card is the card of love. And the person actually that drew these pictures, this was her and her now husband, but boyfriend at that time. And so I really love this card because it does remind me of them a lot. And so this is really about embracing love, first within you and then around you, and seeing the beauty that exists before your very eyes. But most of all, love yourself whole and complete. And then experience the joys and magic that love brings. So you may be wanting to bring forth a new relationship, a new partnership. And in doing that, and that the truth becomes that only love exists. And so you've got to feel that emotion, and you've got to put that first and foremost where you're at, and really, truly connect with that. If you're trying to improve a relationship, or to bring forth a new relationship, spend some time in meditation, and then really opening up your heart chakra, and having that heart chakra, that color green, surround you, and then inviting into your circle the energy of that person that you are trying to connect with, and just sit with that connection and embracing that connection, and then really feeling that deep down within yourself, so that all that you are emanating towards this connection isn't fear-based, it's love-based. So that's what it's about, is bringing within to your own life as much love, or the love, or a renewal of love that you truly want. Okay, so those are those cards. And then I'm going to pick two from the Patch Tarot and see if there's any clarity and messages that you need for today. Pile one. Okay, so the clarity within this, and these both cards have such a similar circumstances or radiances. And the first is the Five of Discs, and that's about loss. And the second is about the Five of Cups, and that's about regret. And so with the Five of Cups, it's about, if you're holding on to your regrets, you're not changing them. So you can regret all you want, but the five is the number of courage. So have the courage to forgive yourself, forgive anybody else that's involved, and see that there are still two cups or a cup available for you. That when we are living in regret or living in loss, from that sense, we're not living from hope or promise, and that's where we need to be focused on. So take the time to heal your regrets. My motto has been for about 2 years now is really no regrets. And so trying to make decisions as often as I can. And that doesn't mean that I am perfect in doing so. I just try every single time. And the more I do this, the more I utilize this, the easier it is. And so with the Five of Discs, again, that's a card of courage, is having the courage. And that's to see perhaps what you have lost. And from that place, showing forgiveness of self, of others, and then walking through that, walking through to your next stage of your journey, because you're really hanging on. And that's what it seems to be, is that you're hanging on where you need to let go. And that's what's going to open up the love. And that's what's going to help you to vibrate always in peace and love and forgiveness. And therefore then bringing forth that which you truly love and want. So today, spend some time in a healing situation, in a healing place, and let go. Just completely let go. So I'm going to pick from the Archangel's card, the last two cards for you, who is here to assist with this on your journey. Well, easily said. And there it is. This is actually Metatron, I do believe, Archangel Metatron. And it's about chakra clearing. And that's what I was talking about, because you want to radiate. You really, truly want to radiate. And so call upon Metatron to help you to cleanse, help you to clear, help you to embrace either the losses or the regrets, and let them be in your past. Let them go, send them away with blessings, so that you can completely clear your chakras, your energy centers that are connected to from the earth, the wisdom of the earth, right up into the hands of God, the creator, the divinity, however you see it. And so you need to do a chakra clearing to release. So it's time to do that. That's very clear. So that's Archangel Metatron. And if you call upon him, he will definitely come forward and send you messages. So just be aware. Wow. Okay. So again, we're going along the same path as the cards. And this is about a life review. And it's Archangel Jeremiah. And so it's take inventory of your life and resolve to change or heal anything that's unbalanced. And that's what I was talking about with the last cards, is to spend the time to clear your chakra, but you have to know what you're releasing. And when you are releasing, always releasing with blessings and love. So you can, and you may want to see where did I screw up, or what happened at that point that I became fearful, and then send that away to be healed. Send that off into the universe, the angels, the archangels, to heal that which needs to be healed for you. Okay, and one last card. To see the message, vibrational message within this. And that card is, the more I attune my energy with appreciation, the more the universe will deliver. And so that's why it's so important to do this life review and to do this chakra clearing, so that you are attuned to your own energy that's now become clear and radiant and vibrant. And the more often you do this, you can't just clear your chakras one day and then expect that they're going to be like that all the time. We come in contact, until you can learn to, when you come in contact with others, to block that energy. Chakra clearing every single day is really important. Spritzing is another thing. Taking a shower with, or a bath with Himalayan bath salts. That's another way of clearing, of cleansing. Spending some time out in the sunlight and just releasing what is not important in your life at this point. Okay, so that's it for group number 1. So thank you. And so on to group number 2, which is the black stone. And so again, I'm going to use, this is my deck that I created, and it's called the Deck of Authenticity. Okay, lots of these cards that are coming up right now have really been about, so I can completely tell at this time that so much that's going on today for people, especially, is about energy, and it's about an awareness of that energy and knowing when to protect yourself against foreign energies that are coming in, and to pick yourself up because you can do it. So the first card, wow. So group number 2, you actually have a lot of gifts, and you have to know this. And so the card in the shadow space is the wisdom of the snake. And so you know that this is the time, that this is the opportunity for you, yourself, to explore deep within yourselves, to go on journeys within your mind, within your body, within your soul, so that you can transform, so you can shed that skin, so you can do the changes, make the changes that are necessary for your life. And this is a very gentle, feminine energy. So if this is a male that's picked this card, it's perhaps looking at we all have masculine energies and feminine energies within us. And so this is to look within at the feminine, more gentle, less analytical mind space. And so shedding to transform yourself. It's also an understanding, again, of your life journey, that you've been around a long time, and so you need to show the world. That's part of what you've come here for, to show the world your gifts, your truths, who you are, and to really embracing your psychic abilities. Don't push them down, don't push them away, embrace them and understand them. And if anybody ever needs help with any of that, just please contact me and we can do a reading on that. And so that's your shadow side, is really you're wanting to shed that old skin. And in doing so, the next card is the wisdom of the dragonfly. That represents, for me, this card is that part of you that has come out of the water, that has learned to, rather than responding always from emotion, it's from aligning with spirit. This represents right now, which was just said to me, is to start listening to your spirit guide. So often that voice that we can hear is our spirit guide. So for you is to know that they are there, connect with them, and allow them to help you as you learn to shine that beauty from within. And to be, again, this is about psychic energy. So group number 2 has a lot of psychic, I was going to say powers, but I don't think that's the right word. Psychic abilities. And So you may be aware of this. And it's probably more with the wisdom of the snake on the other side. It's probably more in tune and in depth than you realize. So it's time for you to realize that and to embrace it. Because both of these cards speak of transformation. And with the dragonfly, it's about the illusions that are before us. So it's seeing things from a different perspective, but being able to do this with grace. So embrace that this is the gift that you have, is to see beyond the illusions, to see what the truth is, what the answers are. So allow yourself to embrace those answers, to know without a doubt that you are being guided towards some sort of renewal, and to breaking through those illusions that are before you. Okay, so okay, so this group number 2, this card, when I receive it, has 2 meanings, and it is about the sense of having to connect to the earth, or a reminder to stay grounded. But it's a reminder that there's a loved one that is near, a female figure. And in doing personal readings, I can typically give you more information on that, but you're going to have to do that on your own, because as a universal reading, or more than one people reading this message, but this is somebody that is close to you. Either I'm actually getting pictures of somebody that's younger, not younger in the fact that I'm saying late teens, early 20s. So it's somebody that is with you, and that is trying to assist you in balancing and grounding who you are, to remember who you are. There's so many other thoughts that are going on, but it wouldn't make sense to, this is somebody that, let's kind of put it out there. This is somebody that you were very, very close to, and almost had this ability to telepathically speak and like finish somebody's thoughts or ideas. And so this person is with you, and they're trying really hard to assist you in your journey at this time, to remind you to ground yourself, to close your eyes and go back to reality, and to see through all the illusions that are going on at this point. That's what she wants to do, because she's very gentle, kind, and extremely loving. She's just about kindness and giving. And so the next 2 cards are what the universal lesson at this time. And the first card is that of renewal. We talked about that with the snake, the wisdom of the snake, and that's the shedding the energy, and the wisdom of the dragonfly, which is seen through the illusions. And so you are on a journey to renew, because you are becoming, are you being challenged to become more mindful, more thoughtful, less analytical, more trusting, and having faith in what you yourself really do know. There's going to be a huge change come in your life, and it's going to be because of the work that you yourself have done. It's a whole new awareness of life itself, and because you're being able to see past so many issues. Like, why does the same situation keep popping up? Because you haven't learned, and it's going to pop up and pop up and pop up until you do make the the decision, the choice to learn from what has transpired. So there's a huge renewal going on for you. Take that on and allow it. And lots is coming forward because the next card is energy. From that renewal, from the mists of illusions, from this change, and with the help of our loved ones that are near us, embracing the energy, understanding our own energy. Once we get to know what our energy feels like, and that's why it's so imperative to sit with that energy and to clear it, and you start at one chakra at a time, just allowing the white light to come up through your legs, and then cleansing and clearing, and your root chakra. And as it cleanses and clears, it releases and it goes up into your sacral chakra, which again cleanses, clears, releases, and goes up into your solar plexus chakra, cleanses, clears, and goes up into your heart chakra, where again it cleanses and clears, releases, and goes into your throat chakra, which allows you the gift to speak your truth, speak who you are, and then it releases and goes up into your third eye, crown, and then crown chakra, all the way up to your soul chakra, up into the divine spirit, God, however you see it. And as we clear, as we shed away what may have attached itself to us, this radiance of energy, just sit with that, understanding and knowing your energy. Therefore, when somebody or something happens or transpires that changes your mood, or your, most likely your mood that you're in, if you recognize your own energy, you can recognize perhaps that energy is not yours, and then send it away, block it, because you don't need to take on another's energy. Even if you're healing them, you don't need to take on another's energy. Always do I do my readings just through direction of spirit, and it just works for me. Because I have allowed it, and because I put myself in that vibrational state, and I know if it's my energy, and when I'm aware of my energy and I protect that, when spirit comes towards me, I can feel it and I connect with it energetically. So that's what's about. It's really becoming aware of your own energy and not mixing it up with another person's energy. Okay, so I'm going to pick from the Wise Woman's deck and see what they got for us here. Okay, so the first card that comes up is the card of Quiet Nourishes Me. And it says that quiet nourishes me. It connects me to the power of now. So that's what this whole reading has really been about, and what your guide or this spirit, this past loved one, has been trying to teach you is to understand and to live in this moment, not in the past, because that's why we're releasing and we're letting go of it. There were lessons that we needed to learn, and that's why we experienced them. And so sitting with that and then coming back to the right now, right here, how do I feel? And that's with such an awareness of our own energy. And so taking that time to find the quiet to nourish that energy, that psychic power that is within you. And so the final card is the fearless self-love, sorry. And so this is a powerful card of saying that it's okay to love yourself. It's okay to love yourself so much so that you can bring into your life, into your energy, into your space, that which reflects that fearless love of self. So that's knowing that even if you've done something in your past, even if you've, whatever it is, that you need to stand strong. You need to embrace all of your gifts, all of your powers, and to love yourself so unconditionally so that you can manifest the life that you truly desire and have earned. Okay, so that's it for pile number 2. I hope that resonated with you to some degree. Okay, so we're now on to pile numero 4. Pile 4, sorry, there's only 3 piles. Pile 3. And so what does pile 3 need to experience at this time in their life? Apparently some truths that are going on. Okay, so the first message that comes, through for group number 3 is about celebrating that you've made changes, that you've come a long way in your growth and your experiences, and you need to celebrate this. It's really important for you to do that, because if you've made changes, if you've made all these gains and you're not celebrating them, why are you going to get any more? You need to celebrate each and every gift, moment of aha, reflection, time that you were able to release. You need to celebrate all of that. You need to celebrate yourself. You need to celebrate your life. So that's giving thanks, being appreciative. And so the first card that comes up is the Spirit of Earth. It's right here, and it actually showed up in the last deck, number 2. And it's the same message, and it's a reminder to you to ground yourself, to step outside of your ego, to not be so proud. Pride is one thing, but when you're being stubbornly proud, that's not what we're talking about. This is someone that has virtues, that is very real. They want you to be your true self, that truth within yourself. So it's definitely a hello from the other side. I'm here to help you. I'm here to be with you on your journey. I am here so that you are never feeling alone, so that you always feel loved, respected, and to remind you that this is your life, and to do everything that you can with through your own intention. It's a very beautiful, loving person. This one's different, a different image of what I had in the last. This one is perhaps more of a mother figure.
or an aunt, that sort of energy, very nurturing energy. Okay, so the shadow side, the next card that comes up, the shadow side, is the wisdom of the owl. Okay, so this definitely is about spirit connecting to you, and it definitely is an older, and so it could be mother, grandmother, aunt, somebody that was older. But as you had connected, your relationship with them was one that you learned so much, that brought you wisdom that can only be experienced through doing, through experiences. And so they're definitely with you, by your side. So open up to this, communicate with them. I always say, sit down and have coffee with them. Even set down a coffee cup for them, but sit down and have that conversation with them, and release all that may be troubling you, because they want to help. And it's similar to, you can even do it as journaling and writing until you have come to an answer of what it is you truly want, where it is that you truly are going. What do I need to learn in this period? What opportunities are before me? And so Spirit is so close. They want to embrace you. They actually just want to really hug you, to wrap their arms around you and remind you how loved you are, and to never forget that. Okay? So, okay, this group itself really needs to start nurturing themselves today, and that's why the past two cards have shown up in the manner which they did. And this is about nurturing that child's self within you. And because often if there's places that take us to blame or shame or discontent or a fear, it's because a part of us as a child wasn't nurtured in the way that we had hoped or wanted. And it's never too late to have a happy childhood. And so spend that time with Spirit. So sit down and close your eyes and ask Spirit to come forth, and then just feel that, and then call upon your inner child, maybe a situation that you had experienced, and give love to that inner child. If you yourself are a mother or a new mother, recognize that there is a piece of the Spirit on the other side that is with the child that you are with. And it's not necessarily a baby, but it's a child. And so when you're nurturing this child that you are with, it's like you are nurturing and healing that child's self within you, and giving yourself what you needed to, what you need now, what you needed then, so that you can heal what you need now, so you can ask for, so you can move forward with what you need. So today's a day about nurturing that childlike self within you and loving yourself and nurturing who you are. Okay? Okay, so this is the reveal card, and it's the wisdom of the hawk. And the hawk is a visionary. So the hawk is, being in the reveal side, this is how people see you. And so you probably have people that come to you, and ask for advice or ask for assistance with something. And that's because they know that you know that they want a response that's not in accordance with your ego, but for the good of them. And so the hawk is always able to rise above situations and to see different possibilities. And so in healing whatever situation that you are experiencing right now, in healing that, it's to be able to see clearly what's going on so that you can really nurture yourself and you can illuminate your soul, your vibration, your gifts, whatever they may be. Okay, so I'm going to do two of these cards for clarity. Okay, I'm going to pick 3. Very interesting. The first card is the Dancer of Joy, and that's a reminder of the joy that is out there. That's a reminder, the reason why you need to heal, that spirit is with you. And so allowing them in to your life so that you are experiencing the greatest joys, all of the joys that bring forth more joy, but living in a state of joy brings forth more joy. And so that joy that you may have felt that was lost is not lost. And that's what they are reminding you, that joy still is. And you always find the little pieces of joy in all that you do. Even if it's a task that you really don't want to do, find some joy in it. Add some music to it. If you need to really let go, then go ahead and dance. And dance joyfully, gleefully. Just let go. Okay? So, interesting. On the other side is a spirit of challenge. And so the spirit of challenge always comes to us saying is that what you're experiencing right now is a challenge. But it's a challenge that you have placed upon yourself. It's like a soul contract for you of what you wanted yourself to experience in this lifetime. You wanted to experience this. And so look at your life and remember that this is what you asked to experience. And so with that you can learn from all of your experiences why and how you are where you are and what you've had to go through to be the best possible version of yourself that you can be. And that then leads next to the spirit of empowerment. And with that card, that's really what it's about, is to being able to find the joy, through all of the experiences in your life, the best moments of your life, to not erase all the memories, but to change the memories, to see how they have brought you here, how they have challenged you to be a better person, and allow this energy to empower who you are, to empower your day-to-day lives, to empower your decisions, and being able to align with spirit, to be aligned with the joy, And if you're always seeking forward for the joy, then that's what's going to be returned to you. Okay, so I'm going to say 2 more cards. And the first one is grace. That makes a lot of sense because this was so much about releasing and letting things go and being able to see, nurturing our child self. That's what it looks like to me, is remembering all those incredible things that you loved to do as a child, and maybe do some of those things. Write down 3 things you loved to do as a child that really made your heart resonate, made your heart sing, made your heart glow. And then do those things. Even if just for a moment, do those things. There's a song that you used to listen to. Listen to that to remind you of the innocence and the love that is within yourself. And then when we open up to the deep source of grace, the flow of my life feels effortless and vibrant. And so the reminder going back to the nurturing, but the reminder going back to our child self, when we just did things, when we took chances, when we had dreams, when we loved unconditionally. Remember those times, remember the good times, remember the lessons that you've learned, and gracefully move forward in this space of who you really are. And then the last card, first time. So the last card for you is: the universe has big plans for me, and it's time to claim them. So that is what this is about, is being able to nurture that child self, being able to release and forgive, and to see the lessons and to see the possibilities that are before you, knowing that the universe has big plans for you. Remember that. And it's your time to claim them. So if things haven't gone as you have wanted to control or tried to control, take on this space of gracefulness, of grace, knowing that it's led you to right here, right now, and that there is opportunity that you're bringing forth to you. So that's the reading, and I just have to finish off by saying that thank you, first of all, for allowing me into your world. But I'm also have this energy around me, and I know that spirit is very much around at this time. Spirit for others, spirit for myself, but spirit is around. Past loved ones want to connect. They want to help you. I do know that. I can so much feel them. They just want to bring to you, let you know that they are at peace, but they also want you to let you know that they're here to support you. They are there to support you, even though you can't see them, but you can perhaps feel them, and you can perhaps even hear them. You may be dreaming about them, but they are there to support you and to remind you of the opportunity that's available to you when you release your ties to the past. But spirit is with you. Ask if you have lost a loved one. They do want to provide support for you and to you. And so know that everything is going to be okay. You're not going to just... this isn't all part of the universal, but it is. And I think at this time is that we are being assisted along our journey. We're being supported. And so to really acknowledge that. And I know there are people that don't believe this, which even if there are people that don't believe that, I think there's way more people that do believe that. That people are, because most people do who have lost a loved one, experience them around them, experience them, their embrace, or hear messages from them. So really be open to, I'm going to turn this back on myself. Hi. Really be open to the fact that Spirit is around you, and Spirit wants to help you. They want to assist. They want you to grow and to be the best possible person. For some of you, there's healing, there's releasing. For others, there's so many possibilities and opportunities that are in front of you. And so it's to grab hold of all of those opportunities, all of those times where you have felt alone, that you are not alone. And so if you go into trance, go into meditation, if you pray, your prayers will be answered if you believe. Okay, thank you very much. And I look forward to seeing you all. Have a blessed, healthy day. Stay safe and be kind to one another.